Hello, welcome back to MathHacks Tech. Today we are going to look at a review for the EoG, and this one is focusing on the second part of the test, which is our check-in 2. So when you're able to go through this, you'll be able to answer those questions. So let's go at it. Now, we have the first one, which is this table of linear function, because the table is saying this is a linear function, and it wants us to calculate for the slope. We already know the slope has a formula, which is rise over run, but on the table you want to get this two part, which is subtracting this from this and subtracting this side from this side. So when we do 10 minus 4, we are going to get 6, and we do negative 3 minus 0, we still get negative 3. So our rise is the y over our x, which is the run. So that means that our slope here is going to be rise over run, which is our changing y over changing x, which is 6 over negative 3 to give us a negative 2. So that becomes our answer. We are just going to plug negative 2 in the question. So you need to remember you have to subtract 2 values from the y over 2 values from the x. That gives you the answer. Let's go to our next question. Now, our next question is asking us if we can find a value, okay, of m from the table. This is quite easy. The way I want you to solve this is go straight at it by focusing on the change in x, which is, if you look at it from 2 to 1 is 1, and the change in y from 2 to 6 is plus 4, right? So that's what you have to focus on. So if you realize that this is a plus 4, you do the same thing for it, okay? So here you ask, this is from 0 to 1 is a plus 1. So from here to here, what happens? You are going to add plus 4 to this one also. So that gives you negative m is going to be negative 6 plus 4, which gives me m to be negative 2. Okay, so that is the easy way to go at it. All right, very good. So this one is telling you that anytime you have a question y equals to mx plus b, your negative 2, which is the constant b, is the y-intercept, and your m, which is the value attached to the variable x, is your slope. The same thing when it's on the table. If it was on a graph, your y-intercept is where the line cuts the y-axis, and your slope is just the rise over the run. So that's how to find that also, and to identify if it's a positive slope going up or negative slope coming down. Let's use that knowledge to solve for the next question. So we have a question like this. They said determine the equation of the line, right? The easy thing we can do is to find our y-intercept, which is where the line cuts the y-axis. So b is negative 2, very easy to find. So we can see that this is a negative line because it's going down. So this is negative, so our slope automatically has a negative. Now we want to find our rise over run. We have 1, 2 for rise, then 1, 2, 3 for run. So it means our slope is going to be negative 2 over 3. So writing our equation y equals to mx plus b, we are going to finally get y equals to negative 2 over 3 minus 2 for y. So that gives us A. So that's our answer. Our answer is A. So because A fits the description. Which equations represent nonlinear functions? Nonlinear functions are all functions that does not look like y equals to mx plus b. So if it does not look like y equals to mx plus b, then it is. This is a linear function because here is just a variable, a constant. 25 squared is 25. So this is a linear function. This is also a linear function. Negative 3x plus b, it looks like y equals to mx plus b. This, on the other hand, is not a linear function. It's a quadratic function, so we can choose 1. This is also a linear function. It also satisfies it. This is a nonlinear function. So we have 2 nonlinear functions in this question. Okay, yeah. So that is this one and this very one. Which of these represents a linear function? So this one is asking us for a linear function. As we said, if it has the variable has any exponent, it doesn't qualify. If it's a denominator, it doesn't qualify. If it's a square root, it doesn't qualify. This is a linear function with a slope of 0. So it has the b value of -4 by a slope of 0. Okay, so we can still write as y equals to 0x minus 4. So this one shows that this is a linear function. And he was given two pieces of information. The line where it crosses the y-axis, we already know what does that mean. Where the line crosses the y-axis is our b value of 6 and has a slope of -7. So our slope m is positive 7, sorry. So writing the equation y equals to mx plus b, we can write it as y equals to 7x. Y equals to 7x plus 6. So that's our linear function going to look like. That's what our linear function is going to look like. So it's going to be y equals to 7x plus 6. All right, that's also cool. Now let's come to this question. You know obtuse angle. So there's an obtuse angle greater than 90 degrees. And there's an acute angle less than 90 degrees. We already know that obtuse angle plus acute angle will always equal to 180 degrees. That's one of the principles we know. So we can use that to solve for this question. So we have 2x plus 20 plus x plus 10 equals to 180. So you have 3x plus 30 equals to 180. You subtract 30 from both sides. You subtract 30 from both sides. And you are going to get so we are going to get 3x to be equal to 150. So you divide by 3, then you get x to be 50. So that's one thing. If you see that the angles are different, it means the obtuse angle plus acute angle will give us a 180 degrees. This one is both acute angles. They are both acute, so they are equal. They are both acute, so they are equal. So you have to just say 4x plus 8 is equal to 52, which means 4x plus 8. When you subtract 8 from both sides, we are going to get 4x equals to 44. Divide by 4 and you get x to be 11. All right. So the second portion is out. Let's clean that out. All right. So that gives us our, if we are to realistic, this is -8 minus 8, which gives us the 44. Okay, we'll stop here. We'll continue on next time. Thank you.